Welcome, beautiful souls. This message is for the collective and every zodiac sign arriving exactly when your soul is ready to receive it. You have been guided here for a reason. Beneath the watchful gaze of the ancient goddess and the sacred rhythm of earth, air, fire, water, and spirit, the cards awaken to reveal timeless wisdom. Take a deep breath, open your heart, and allow the magic to unfold. Blessed be. Hello, my lovelies. Thank you for stopping in at my channel. I'm washing my hands with magic from my cornelian crystal. And let's see what today's cards will be bringing us. Today's cards is going to be bringing us, what is your best course of action to overcome your fears around financial insecurity? What is your best course of action to overcome fears around financial insecurity? I love that because how many of us don't often have fears of financial insecurity? I'm shuffling one time, shuffling two times, and shuffling my third time. Now let me just shuffle and see if I get any jumpers on this. I'd like 7 cards, Spirit. 7 cards. 7 cards, please. 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One more card is what I need. 7. One more card. One more 7 card. And we will choose that one. So we have 7 cards to answer the question of what is your best course of action to overcome your fears around financial insecurity. Of course, this card can go for just about anything, but I chose financial insecurity. And here we have the first card is the Page of Swords. The second card, Justice. The third card is the Knight of Swords. The fourth card is the Ace of Swords. The fifth card is the Two of Wands. The sixth card is the King of Cups. And the final 7th card is the Page of Cups. Well, interesting spread for us to have about financial insecurity. We have only one major arcana, which is the Justice card. We have 3 swords, 1 wand, and 2 cups. And lo and behold, isn't that interesting that we have no coins or no pentacles, which is the whole thing that we're looking at today. So this will be interesting to see what it is that we have our financial insecurity in. Let's take a deeper dive. The question, what is your best course of action to overcome your fears around financial insecurity? The cards drawn from Cyril Marchetti's tarot is the Page of Swords, Justice, the Knight of Swords, the Ace of Swords, the Two of Wands, the King of Cups, and the Page of Cups. Well, the collective is standing at a crossroads. Many are carrying anxiety about money, stability, and whether there will be enough. Yet, Spirit is saying something surprising. Your greatest obstacle is not your financial situation. It is the fearful story you've been repeating about your financial situation. This spread is incredibly intellectually heavy. 5 of the 7 cards emphasize the mind, communication, beliefs, and truth. This is not saying money isn't real. It is saying your thoughts are determining how effectively you respond to reality. Let's move through the cards. The Page of Swords. Become a student of your own thoughts. The Page of Swords asks you to become curious rather than fearful. Notice the thoughts you repeat. I'll never get ahead. I'm too old. I don't know enough. There isn't enough. Well, the page says, who taught you that? Many fears around finances were inherited from parents, society, or past experiences. Instead of believing every fearful thought, begin investigating them. Knowledge is your first form of wealth. Justice. Face reality without judgment. Justice reminds us that balance comes through honesty. This card asks, what is actually true? What assumptions are you making? Where are you avoiding responsibility? Where are you carrying blame that isn't yours? Financial healing begins when emotion and facts become balanced. Judgment isn't punishment. Justice is alignment. When your choices align with your values, prosperity has room to grow. The Knight of Swords. Take decisive action. Fear freezes, the knight moves. Many people wait until they feel secure before taking action. The knight says action creates confidence, not the other way around. Do something like make a phone call, apply for the opportunity, start the business, ask for that raise, learn different kinds of technology, create a website. The knight reminds us that momentum dissolves fear. The Ace of Swords. A breakthrough is available. The ace is the gift from spirit. A completely new way of thinking wants to enter your life. Perhaps before you've believed, I survived. Spirit offers, I create. Perhaps you believe, I hope someone gives me security. Spirit offers, I become the source of my own stability. The ace cuts through illusion. This card often replaces a moment where everything suddenly becomes clear. You have that aha moment. Pay attention to ideas and conversations and to intuitive insights over the next several weeks. The Two of Wands. Think beyond survival. Now the energy shifts from thought into vision. The Two of Wands asks, what future are you creating? Many people spend so much time and energy avoiding lack that they never build abundance. Instead of asking, how do I pay this bill? Also ask, what do I want my life to look like in 3 years? Spirit is encouraging expansion, travel, learning, new opportunities, and above all, planning. This card says your future is larger than your current circumstances. The King of Cups tells you to lead yourself emotionally. Financial insecurity often activates old emotional wounds and fears. The King of Cups sits calmly in the middle of emotional waters. He doesn't suppress feelings, he masters them. The message, don't make financial decisions while you're panicking. Instead, pause, breathe, pray, meditate, ground yourself, then act. The king reminds us that emotional maturity is one of the greatest forms of wealth. Finally, the Page of Cups. Stay open to unexpected blessings. The reading closes with gentle hope. The Page of Cups is the card of surprises. Opportunities may arrive in unusual ways. Someone may recommend you. A conversation may lead to more work. A creative idea may become income. An invitation may appear that you never expected. This page also reminds us that abundance often arrives through creativity. Your gifts matter. Your intuition matters. Your compassion matters. Stay receptive. The overall message, notice how this reading moves. It begins with fear, then truth, then action, then clarity, then vision, then emotional mastery, and finally with the Page of Cups, hope. Spirit isn't promising that everything financial that Spirit isn't promising that every financial challenge disappears overnight. Instead, Spirit is showing the pathway out of fear. The pathway is clear. It's clear thinking, honest assessment, courageous action, long-term vision, emotional balance, trust in unexpected possibilities, and message from Spirit. Your security has never lived only in your bank account. It has always lived within your wisdom, your resilience, your willingness to learn, and your courage to begin again. Release the stories that tell you you are powerless. Every choice you make in alignment with truth plants a seed of future abundance. Walk forward with faith. And finally, here's a final reflection. This spread feels like a prediction. It feels less like a prediction and more like a lesson from Spirit. It suggests that overcoming financial insecurity begins by transforming your relationships with fear itself. As your mindset becomes clearer, your decisions become stronger, and those stronger decisions create the conditions for greater stability and for opportunity. Let's close with a couple of insights from the wisdom of the oracle. Let's see what wisdom has about fear of financial insecurity. It says, all that glitters. Maybe some of the things that you think about on a regular basis, like I'm too old, like nothing comes my way, like life is just really hard. That's all that glitters. That's what captures your attention. Think of the prosperity of planning. Think of your gifts that you've been given. Think of all these things that you can have opportunities with. We have serendipity. We talked about visions and visioning of abundance. Recall visions of future planning and of future vision. And finally, be poised. Be poised for something new and exciting. The universe, through the Ace of Swords, says, pay attention. New things are in the wind. So, my friends, if you like this reading, please visit my website, rxpandora.com, for your own individual reading. Hi, thank you for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. I enjoyed reading for you, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If so, would you please press the like button, the subscribe button, and that little bell icon so you never miss a little reading from me? Because one thing's for sure, I don't want to miss you. So go ahead, press those buttons, and thank you for stopping at my channel.